This moment is not a coincidence. You didn't stumble upon this message by chance. Right now, as you read these words, the heavens are aligning to speak directly to your heart, to stir something deep within your spirit that you felt but couldn't name. There's a restlessness inside you, a quickening of your pulse, a sense that something monumental is on the horizon. That's not random. That's the voice of God, calling you to a divine appointment. You are standing on the edge of a breakthrough, a moment where everything in your life can shift, but you have a limited window and 25 minutes to make a choice that will either unlock the miracle God has prepared or delay it for years. This is not just another message. This is a sacred interruption, a direct line from heaven to your soul, urging you to pause, listen, and act. The weight of this moment is heavy because it carries eternal significance, and God is pleading with you to hear Him clearly. You've been praying for answers, crying out in the quiet moments when no one else was listening. Maybe it was in the middle of the night, when the world was still, and your heart was loud with questions. Maybe it was in the car, driving alone, when you whispered, "God, do you still see me? Do you still know my name?" You've asked for a sign, a glimmer of hope to prove that your struggles haven't been in vain, that your pain has a purpose. God has heard every word. He has seen every tear you've shed behind closed doors, every moment you thought you were invisible. He's been working in the unseen, rearranging circumstances, moving people out of your path, and aligning opportunities that you couldn't even dream of. But there's a warning woven into this promise. You're on the verge of making a decision that could disrupt what God has been carefully building. There's a choice in front of you, a conversation you're planning, a step you're about to take, a thought you're entertaining that seems harmless but carries spiritual consequences. The enemy is subtle, disguising traps as opportunities, and if you move without God's guidance, you risk delaying the breakthrough you've been longing for. The Holy Spirit is hovering over you right now, whispering instructions that you felt but haven't fully obeyed. You know those moments of the sudden clarity that washes over you like a wave, the dream that lingers when you wake, the gut feeling that tells you to wait or to walk away. Those aren't accidents. They're divine signals, God's way of guiding you through a season of transition. You've been sensing a shift lately, haven't you? Maybe it's the way certain people have been acting differently around you, their words carrying a strange weight. Maybe it's the unexpected delays that frustrated you but, in truth, protected you from something you couldn't see. Maybe it's the way your heart skips a beat when you think about a certain opportunity or person, as if your spirit knows something your mind hasn't caught up with yet. That's heaven speaking, trying to get your attention before you make a move that could cost you. God is saying, I've been preparing something extraordinary for you, but you must align with my timing. The miracle is closer than you think, but it requires your full surrender, your willingness to let go of what's comfortable and trust what's divine. There's an angel assigned to you at this very moment, standing guard over your decisions. Archangel Gabriel is holding a message from God, a scroll with your name written in light. This isn't just a poetic imagery, it's a spiritual reality. Your breakthrough has already been approved in the heavens, sealed with divine authority. The plans God has for you are not guesses or possibilities, they are certainties, written in His eternal book. But the enemy knows this, and he's working overtime to distract you. He's planting doubts in your mind, whispering that you're too late, that you've missed your chance, that God has forgotten you. Those are lies, carefully crafted to pull you away from the path God has set. You're not too late. You're not forgotten. You're exactly where you need to be to receive what God has promised. But there's a condition: you must choose obedience over impulse. That text you're about to send, that door you're about to walk through, that compromise you're considering a pause. Ask yourself, is this God's voice, or is it my fear speaking? The answer will determine whether you step into your destiny or circle back into delay. You've been through too much to give up now. Think about the battles you've fought, the nights you've cried, the moments you felt like you couldn't go on. God saw every single one. He counted every tear, heard every prayer, and felt every ache in your heart. Those struggles weren't punishment if they were preparation. Every loss you endured, every rejection you faced, every door that slammed shut was God redirecting you toward something greater. You thought you were being denied, but you were being protected. You thought you were being overlooked, but you were being positioned. Now, the stage is set. The miracle is ready to manifest. But the enemy is cunning, and he's trying to lure you back to old patterns, old relationships, old mindsets that God already delivered you from. Don't go back. Don't settle for what's familiar when God is offering you what's ordained. The next 25 minutes are critical because a moment is coming: a phone call, an email, a thought, an opportunity that will test your faith. When it arrives, you'll know it's God because it will carry His peace, not your panic. You are not ordinary. You were chosen before you were born, marked by God for a purpose that the enemy fears. That's why your life has felt like a battlefield lately. The attacks have been relentless because the devil sees the glory God has placed in you. He knows that if you step into your calling, you'll shine so brightly that darkness will have no choice but to flee. That's why the distractions are so loud right now, why the doubts are so heavy, why the wrong people keep showing up with the wrong advice. But God's voice is louder. His presence is stronger. He's saying, I've already won this battle for you. Now walk in my victory. The miracle isn't just about money, or a job, or a relationship. It's about your entire life being transformed. It's about stepping into a season where you're no longer begging for scraps but sitting at the table God has prepared for you. This table is abundant, overflowing with provision, purpose, and peace, but you must choose to sit there by aligning with His will. The spiritual realm is active around you. Angels are surrounding your home, your mind, your decisions. You've felt their presence, the sudden warmth that comes over you, the unexplained peace that settles in your heart, the sense that someone is watching over you. That's not your imagination. That's heaven's guard, dispatched to protect you in this critical hour. But even angels need your cooperation. God has given you free will, and your choices in the next 25 minutes will either open the door to your breakthrough or lock it shut. There's someone you've been thinking about, someone you're tempted to reach out to, even though God has been nudging you to let them go. There's a decision you're about to make, a plan you're forming, that feels logical but lacks God's peace. Listen to that still, small voice. It's not fear holding you back, it's wisdom guiding you forward. The enemy wants you to act out of desperation, but God is calling you to act out of faith, to trust that His plan is better than your own. You've been stuck in a cycle of almost loved, almost healed, almost successful, almost free. God is breaking that cycle today, but only if you obey. The miracle He's prepared is bigger than you can imagine. It's not just about fixing what's broken, it's about resurrecting what you thought was dead. There's a door about to open, a person about to speak your name in a room of influence, a resource about to be released that will change everything. But it all hinges on your willingness to trust God's timing. You've been tempted to take matters into your own hands, to force doors open, to settle for less because you're tired of waiting. But God is saying, wait just a little longer. I'm lining the pieces. I'm preparing the stage. If you move too soon, you'll miss the setup. If you move too late, you'll miss the window. But if you move with God, everything will fall into place with divine precision. The enemy is fighting hard for your attention right now. He's sending distractions, arguments, temptations, doubts to pull you away from this moment. He knows that if you align with God's will, the breakthrough will be undeniable. That's why you've been feeling so much spiritual tension lately. The warfare has intensified because the miracle is so close. But you don't have to fight alone. God has already dispatched His angels to guard you. He's already spoken your name in heavenly places. The funds are approved. The opportunity is secured. The person who's meant to love you is on their way. But you must cancel the mistake you are about to make. That conversation you're planning, that compromise you're considering, that step you're about to take, it's a trap. God is pleading with you to trust Him instead of leaning on your own understanding. His wisdom is perfect, and His timing is flawless. You've been carrying burdens you weren't meant to carry. Shame from past mistakes, guilt from choices you regret, fear that you're not enough. God sees it all, and He's saying, let it go. You don't need to be perfect to receive this miracle. You just need to be willing. Forgive yourself for the times you fell short. Forgive those who hurt you, even if they never apologize. Release the bitterness that's been weighing you down like an anchor. Those burdens are blocking the blessing, and God wants you free. He's not punishing you for your past, He's positioning you for your future. The rejection you faced wasn't the end, it was the beginning of something new. The pain you endured wasn't wasted, it was shaping you for this moment. God is turning your story around, but you must trust Him enough to let go of what's holding you back, to release the old so you can embrace the new. In the next 25 minutes, a shift is coming. You'll feel a sudden peace, a clarity, a confirmation that God is moving. When that moment arrives, don't hesitate. Don't second guess. Don't let doubt talk you out of what faith has promised. God is giving new insight before it happens so you'll know it's Him. This isn't about coincidence or luck. This is about divine timing, about a miracle that's been written with your name on it. But miracles require obedience. If you go back to what God delivered you from, if you ignore the warnings He's sent, you'll delay what could have been yours today. Don't let impatience rob you of what faith has secured. God is saying, I've got this, I've got you. Trust me one more time. His voice is steady, his promises are sure, and his love for you is unending. You've been hurt before. You've trusted people who let you down, loved people who didn't love you back, believed in promises that were broken. God knows every wound, every betrayal, every moment you felt abandoned. But He's not like them. His promises don't fail. His love doesn't fade. He's been writing a new chapter for your life, one filled with restoration, joy, and purpose. To step into it, you must close the old chapter. That means walking away from what's toxic, even if it feels familiar. That means saying no to what's comfortable but not ordained. That means trusting God's plan, even when it doesn't make sense to your natural mind. The miracle is waiting, but it can only come when you're in position to receive it. Position yourself by letting go of the past and embracing the future God has designed. There's a spiritual battle happening right now, and it's not just about you, it's about the legacy God has placed in you. The enemy isn't fighting you because you're weak, he's fighting you because you're powerful. The calling on your life is so great that it threatens the kingdom of darkness. That's why the attacks have been so personal, why the obstacles have felt so overwhelming. But God is greater. He's already defeated every scheme, every lie, every plan set against you. Now He's asking you to stand firm, to choose faith over fear, to choose His voice over the noise. In the next 25 minutes, you'll have a chance to prove where your trust lies. Will you listen to the doubts that scream for your attention, or will you listen to the divine whisper that carries God's promise? The choice is yours, but the consequences are eternal. You've been feeling like time is running out, like you're behind, like everyone else is moving forward while you're stuck. That's a lie from the pit of hell. You're not behind, you're in God's perfect timing. The delays weren't denials, they were divine protection. God was shielding you from things you couldn't see, preparing you for things you couldn't imagine. Now, the season of waiting is ending, and the season of manifestation is beginning. But it starts with a choice. In the next 25 minutes, something will happen, a thought, a message, an opportunity that will test your faith. When it comes, don't act out of fear. Don't rush into decisions. Don't settle for less than God's best. Pray. Listen. Obey. God is aligning the pieces, and when they come together, you'll see why every delay, every tear, every battle was worth it. The miracle God has for you is not small. It's not temporary. It's life-changing, generation-shifting, undeniable. It's the kind of breakthrough that will make your enemies marvel and your heart overflow with gratitude. It's not just about provision, it's about purpose. It's not just about healing, it's about wholeness. It's not just about opening a door, it's about walking into a destiny that will echo through eternity. But it requires your cooperation. You can't keep holding on to what God told you to release. You can't keep entertaining what He told you to reject. You can't keep doubting what He's already confirmed. The next 25 minutes are your window to step into alignment, to silence the noise, to surrender your plans, and to say, God, I trust you. If you do, you'll see doors open that no one can shut. You'll see provision come from places you never expected. you'll see love, purpose, and peace flood your life in ways you never thought possible. This is not a moment to be taken lightly. Heaven is watching, waiting for your response. The angels are ready to move, but they need your agreement. God has already spoken your name in rooms of influence, already prepared the way for your breakthrough. But you must choose wisely. Don't let the enemy trick you into thinking this is just another day, just another message. This is divine. This is urgent. This is for you. In the next 25 minutes, pray this prayer: Lord, I surrender my will. I choose your way. Show me the path, and give me the courage to walk it. When you do, you'll feel the shift. You'll sense the peace. And when the moment comes, you'll know it's God. Your miracle is here. Don't miss it. Choose faith. Choose now. Choose life. But let's go deeper. You've been carrying questions in your heart, questions you haven't dared to voice aloud. Questions like, why has it been so hard? Why does it feel like I'm always fighting an uphill battle? Why do I keep facing the same struggles over and over again? God hears those questions, and He's not offended by them. He's not angry that you're asking. He's ready to answer. The reason your journey has been so intense is because your calling is so significant. The enemy doesn't waste his energy on those who pose no threat. He's targeting you because the purpose God has placed in you is a direct assault on the kingdom of darkness. Every trial you've faced, every obstacle you've encountered, every moment of despair was designed to stop you from stepping into the fullness of what God has planned. But the enemy has already lost. God has already declared your victory. Now, it's time for you to walk in it. You've been wondering if God still cares, if He's still listening, if He's still near. Let me assure you, He's closer than your breath. He's been in every moment you thought you were alone. When you were crying in your room, when you were pacing the floor, when you were staring at the ceiling, wondering if things would ever change, God was there. He was collecting your tears, storing them in His bottle, as the Psalms say. He was whispering strength into your spirit, even when you couldn't hear it. He was moving mountains in the spiritual realm, even when you couldn't see it. The delays you've experienced weren't God saying no, they were God saying, not yet. He was protecting you from things that would have destroyed you, preparing you for things that will elevate you. Now, the preparation is complete, and the manifestation is near. But you must stay in alignment. The enemy is trying to make you believe that your past disqualifies you, that your mistakes are too big, that your failures are too final. That's a lie. God doesn't choose perfect people, He chooses willing people. Your past doesn't define you, it refines you. Every mistake you've made, every wrong turn you've taken, every moment you fell short, God has used it to shape you into the person you are today. You're not disqualified. You're anointed. You're not a failure. You're a vessel for God's glory. The enemy wants you to focus on your flaws, but God is focused on your future. He's saying, I'm not done with you. I'm just getting started. The miracle that's coming is not just about fixing your circumstances, it's about transforming your identity, about stepping into the person God created you to be. You've been feeling a spiritual tension lately, a heaviness that you can't quite explain. Maybe it's a sense of unease when you're around certain people. Maybe it's a restlessness that keeps you up at night. Maybe it's a dream that feels too vivid to be random. That's not anxiety, it's divine disruption. God is stirring your spirit, trying to get your attention before you make a move that could derail your destiny. The tension you're feeling is the collision of two kingdoms, the kingdom of light and the kingdom of darkness, battling over your future. But the kingdom of light has already won. God has already secured your victory. Now, He's asking you to trust Him, to lean into His guidance, to follow His voice. The next 25 minutes are your opportunity to choose which kingdom you'll align with. There's a specific person in your life right now, someone you've been holding on to, even though God has been nudging you to release them. Maybe it's a friend who always leaves you feeling drained. Maybe it's a relationship that keeps pulling you back into old patterns. Maybe it's someone who seems to love you but whose actions don't match their words. God is saying, let them go. Not because He wants you to be alone, but because He's preparing you for something better. The person He has for you, the relationships He's ordained, will bring peace, not chaos. They will build you up, not tear you down. They will align with your purpose, not distract you from it. But you can't receive the new if you're clinging to the old. In the next 25 minutes, make a decision to release what's not meant for you. Trust that God's plan is better than your own. You've been tempted to give up, haven't you? To throw in the towel, to say, I'm done waiting. I'm done believing. I'm done hoping. God sees your weariness. He knows how heavy the weight has been. But He's saying, you're too close to quit. The breakthrough is nearer than you think. It's not years away yet, it's moments away. The enemy wants you to believe that your faith has been wasted, that your prayers have been ignored. But God has been working behind the scenes, aligning every detail, preparing every piece. The miracle is ready, but it requires your faith to bring it into reality. Don't let go now. Don't walk away when you're standing at the door. The next 25 minutes are your chance to hold fast, to believe again, to say, God, I trust you, even when I can't see it. You've been carrying a secret, something you haven't shared with anyone, something that makes you feel unworthy. Maybe it's a mistake you made years ago. Maybe it's a wound you're still nursing. Maybe it's a fear that you're not good enough. God sees that secret, and He's not ashamed of you. He's not angry with you. He's calling you to bring it into the light, to lay it at His feet, to let His grace cover it. You don't have to carry that weight anymore. You don't have to hide. God's love for you is unconditional, and His plans for you are unstoppable. The miracle He's prepared is not dependent on your perfection, it's dependent on your willingness to trust Him. In the next 25 minutes, release that secret to God. Speak it in prayer. Let it go. And watch how He replaces your shame with joy. The enemy has been trying to convince you that you're alone in this, that no one understands, that no one cares. That's a lie. God is with you, closer than you can imagine. His angels are surrounding you, fighting battles you can't see. His Spirit is within you, guiding you through every step. You are not alone, and you are not forgotten. The people God has assigned to your life are on their way, a people who will love you purely, support you fully, and walk with you into your purpose. But you must make room for them by letting go of the ones who don't belong. In the next 25 minutes, ask God to show you who to hold on to and who to release. Trust His discernment, even when it's hard. You've been wondering if this is really God speaking, if this message is truly for you. Let me settle that doubt. This is for you. God timed this moment perfectly, knowing exactly where you are, what you're facing, and what you need to hear. The restlessness in your spirit, the questions in your heart, the dreams you can't shake, they're all part of His plan to get your attention. He's speaking because He loves you. He's warning you because He's protecting you. He's guiding you because He's leading you into a future that's beyond your wildest dreams. In the next 25 minutes, listen for His voice. It may come as a thought, a feeling, a confirmation. When it does, don't ignore it. Act on it. Trust it. Follow it. The miracle God has for you is not just about you. It's about the people you're called to impact, the legacy you're meant to leave, the purpose you're destined to fulfill. The enemy knows this, and that's why he's fighting so hard to stop you. But he's already defeated. God has already won. Now, it's time for you to walk in that victory. In the next 25 minutes, make a decision to trust God fully. Say no to the distractions, the doubts, the compromises. Say yes to His plan, His timing, His purpose. When you do, you'll see the heavens open. You'll see doors swing wide. You'll see miracles unfold that will leave you in awe of God's power. This is your moment. Don't miss it. Choose faith. Choose now. Choose life.